Welcome back to another HABS Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchie. Today, episode number 73. We're going to talk about can use need to stick in the plan. So don't go nowhere. Here we go, guys. You know the drill. Don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the show, and below this video, please tell me what you think about the episode number 73. Let's dive in and talking about the 73. Stick to the plan. Christian DVORAK is the next player to get traded. The NHL Draft 2023. I'm going to give you 5 players Montreal Canadiens should looking for next year. And then at the end, the NHL news today, and I'm going to add the NHL trade bait. Let's dive in talking about stick in the plan. Listen, guys, the Montreal Canadiens draft 11 players in 2022. They add 4 winger on the draft. I'm talking about Slavkovsky, Mézard, Guindon, and Vincent Rohrer, where I believe is going to become more a winger compared to the center. Then they add left 4 defensemen. And this already we have a lot of left defensemen. Now Lane Hudson, Adam Ekstrom, they are one of them. And we have to add GRENIER. Now, we know right now the Montreal Canadiens are in transition. They're still not a team they're going to make the playoff. If you're a Montreal Canadiens fan thinking Montreal can make the playoff, guys, you're not realistic. I don't want to be negative. We are realistic right now. We are not a team right now to make the NHL playoff 2023. So what Montreal need to do right now is still targeting picks and prospect and stay in the plan. So for me, I'm going to give you right now the breakdown, the position, what the Montreal Canadiens need to focusing for the next 12 months to increasing the level of the talent and skilled players. Here we go. As a center, guys, the Montreal Canadiens right now have 2 great center are coming up as a prospect. Owen Beck drafted a couple of weeks ago, and Riley Kidney draft last year are really the 2 players where I believe are going to be on the top 6 in NHL. They are possible both of them can be a great asset for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, what I expect from me, Zach, Biondi, and Kapanen, I believe all 3 could become a bottom 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the right defensemen, they have Justin Barron and Mayu. Both of them could become the top 3 NHL defensemen on the right side for the Montreal Canadiens. Kostenko and Sobolev are bottom 3, so possible 4, 5, and 6 for the Montreal Canadiens on the right side. As the goalie, they have Kaden Primo, Frederic Dichaud, Dorbs for the Ohio State, Joe Verbedik now with Laval Rocket, and they just get Croteau. For the last 4 years, Montreal had always a goaltender and their prospect. So when you think about this, guys, the Montreal Canadiens, they need to looking for the next couple of months and for the year to come to get more center, right defensemen, the goalies. The situation with a winger is pretty solid, and I did not talk yet about Joshua Roy. And then the left defenseman with all the 4 new defensemen they draft, I think they're solid there. They need to add center players, right defensemen, and the goalies. I heard some news about Christian DVORAK. It could be to become the next targeting an NHL team. So what are you talking about, coach? A lot of teams are calling Montreal Canadiens and they ask Christian DVORAK. They have the reason behind this for me. And what they are is you did not see Montreal Canadiens fans, the real Christian DVORAK. His season is like many other players in Montreal Canadiens under Dominic Charm suffer a lot. And I don't want to blame Charm here. But DVORAK become better under Martin St. Louis. When you think about, he's not a flashy player on the ice. He's not a guy carrying the puck from north-south or great play and so, oh my God, look at that. Look, he's shifty, everything that. He's a player where he played the game of the 200 feet, what the Montreal Canadiens like to mention. He's all about the details of the game, the face-off, the cover opponent players. He does things you not see usually by your eyes. For what you saw him for the last couple of years, he really become a great third center in any team in NHL. Because he's 26 years old, he become his prime or his career for the next 3 years. Because he carry on only a $4.5 million per year for the next 3 years, that's the reason he's getting targeting by opponent team. And that's Montreal have to be cautious about this. They just give now Poland. They don't have a lot of center and their prospect. For me, before you trade DVORAK, you have to think twice. Yes, he is a guy who can score about 15, 20 goals per year, can score 4, 5 goals per year on power play. He's about 35 points, but his face-off 55.2, guys. He's a guy can, again, does the details of the game. He's not a second center, I believe, in my book. A third solid center. For Montreal Canadiens, at least you get something young, another center, bigger. That's something DUARTE could be one of your biggest assets to get trade in the next couple of weeks or months for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's move on now, guys. Now on the NHL Draft 2023. I'm doing a new video. It's going to be out today about the top 10 NHL Draft 2023. So I invite you to watching this video. But I'm giving you 5 players right now where the Montreal Canadiens should targeting next year. I still believe Montreal Canadiens is going to have a draft below 8 next year. I don't see Montreal make the playoff. I don't see them to finish more at 25, 26 next year in the standing. So the player they need to targeting, and I want to share with you guys, is Connor Bedard, Matvei Michkov, Adam Fantilli, Leo Carlson, and Dalibor Dvorsky off right now for me, my top 5 NHL Draft 23. So I just want to sharing this with you. Finally, I want to finish my episode 73 with about the NHL. Let's talk about what's happening in NHL around the league. The New Jersey Devils signed the goaltender Vitek Vanecek for a 3-year contract at $3.4 million. We know they trade with the Washington Capitals to get Vanecek. The Florida Panthers signed Chris Tierney, UFA at $750 1 year. We know Tierney came for the Ottawa Senator after he get traded to the Arizona Coyotes to finish his season. Then the Philadelphia Flyers signed the prospect as a RFA Isaac Rathcliffe for $13,000. No news about the contract for any UFA yesterday again. I don't know, guys. It's not looking good right now for Kadri. Finally, a big news in NHL jump on the trade bait is Matthew Tkachuk. Look like he's not going to resign. He wants to get out of the Calgary. And my targeting team for right now for Tkachuk are St. Louis, Ottawa, New Jersey Devils, and honestly, many teams would love to have Matthew Tkachuk. Calgary, guys, not looking good over there. I don't know what's going on. We're going to talk about them for sure the next couple of days. And then Pierre-Luc Dubois still continues talking about him and related to Montreal Canadiens. So I put only one team, Montreal. I believe this is the only team he wants to go. And I don't know if Montreal wants to trade for him right now. And I don't know it would be necessary for Montreal to do it right away here. Finally, Chikram is still on the trade bait. Colorado, Last King, Ottawa could be the targeting for them for Chikram. Here we go, guys. My episode 73 just done. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we want to invite you. Don't forget to click on the likes. Subscribe to the show. Below this video, please let me what you think about the episode number 73. And of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.